Our final School of Rock Student Challenge contest, the Rookie Challenge, concludes with this, the battle of the big men, as Rob Rammer just backed Nate Stone into the ropes. With a pull of the hair, Nate Stone, the young man with stars all over his outfits. Rob Rammer, the other man across the ring with the shorter hair. Nate Stone has quite the following here. Quite a few people who either know him outside of the ring or just see the potential in Nate Stone, or in the audience rooting him on against one of the most destructive men that Billy Rock says he's ever faced. Therefore, he put his student in the ring against Rammer in hopes either he doesn't get destroyed or he learns something out of this first ever match in the sport. Rammer with the side headlock, squeezing in the temples, making Nate feel like his head's about to explode. Rammer proves to be the slightly bigger man, knocking down Stone with that one. Big shoulder block, and now both men are back up to their feet. Rammer definitely playing head games, mind games with Stone here, trying to get into his head in his first ever professional matchup. Side headlock once again. Stone sends him off, this time shoulder block, and once again gets sent down to the canvas. Rammer with some trash talk as the crowd is getting behind Stone. Stone's a different type of individual. He sending out tweets on Twitter earlier this week claiming that the wrestling world is about to end on this very day. Not necessarily because he that's the way he thinks. He's not saying that he's so tremendous that he's going to change the sport. Drop down, gets caught in the headlock again. He's a very post-apocalyptic type of young man. He's very much into the whole December 12th, 2012 into the world theory as his head gets stomped in. And maybe he knew that he was going to get kicked in the back of the head, and that would be the end of the world. Let's hope not for his sake, as he gets blasted with a knife-edge chop. Rammer using the ropes to his advantage. That's the thing about these veterans that Billy Rock has put his new students up against. They know every possible way to use that ring as a weapon within the confines of the rules. As Rammer easily in the driver's seat thus far in the contest, working over Stone, big right hand, probably needs to watch the closed fist. Luckily, Jason Harding watching that hand, making sure that no unneeded damage is applied to either competitor. Stone fights back now with a series, a barrage of punches, but he gets cut off with a knee to the stomach. Irish whip. Both men have the same idea. I think Rammer got the better of the exchange, and a big knee sends Stone down to the canvas. Rammer's having a bit of fun with the audience, who seems to not be too into him, as he's beating on the crowd favorite. Really taking his time, methodically picking apart the rookie. Irish whip into the corner. But he gets a back elbow and sitting down. The big man is off his feet for the first time in the contest. What's Stone doing? Into a senton out of the Vader bomb. My goodness. Nate Stone showing agility. A version of the Shining Wizard. He's got to go for the cover here. He should have hooked the leg. If he would have just hooked the leg, the match would have been over. Nate Stone was very close to pulling off the upset victory right there with that knee to the face, almost like probably a leg to the face. Nonetheless, it was effective in getting Rammer down, but Rammer gets right back up, shoves the head into the butt of the jaw with that jawbreaker. Just like that, the advantage turns. I can't quite see from here. Rammer might be using his wrist tape. The crowd sure thinks that there was something illegal going on there. And yes, there is definitely some sort of illegal object in Rammer's hand. He's blatantly choking him now. Until the count of 5 to let that go. You can tell he's definitely getting frustrated, Rammer is, with Nate Stone if he's breaking out the wrist tape trying to choke the young man after an offensive flurry like that. Where you see the fighting spirit in Nate Stone keeping him on his feet during a barrage like this, fighting back with the forearm. These two big men going back and forth. Rarely does Rob Rammer stand across the ring from a man nearly the same height and weight. And he just sent that man back down to his rear end with a boot to the face. Nate Stone, if he can fire back up and get that second wind, what's going on here? Somebody's got a dirty face. Big boot scrape by Rammer. That should be it. That's knocked out many a man. Lateral press. Bit cocky of a cover. That just saved Nate Stone. Cannot believe Stone is back. He's got a second chance is what I'm trying to say here. I'm mind blown that after such a shot that a veteran like Rob Rammer would have gone for such a blatantly cocky cover. Nate Stone trying to get the crowd behind him. He's closing the fist to make sure the referee does not stop the bout. Do a tap out. Fighting out of the chin lock. Rammer grabbed that blatant grab of the hair. You can tell the crowd support for Nate Stone, and Stone's heart is digging into Rammer's craw. Rammer set him up for the next big move he's planning. That next big move being just a straight up American shot to the face. Big old punch, as my father would say. And straddles him. All that weight, that super heavyweight frame going across the upper back, and he's choking him in the ropes. Nate Stone is really fighting an uphill battle here. Getting the beating of a lifetime. This is the type of match that really makes you question your love for professional wrestling when you've got a giant like Rob Rammer across the ring from you, beating you like a mule. Jason Harding checking in to see if Nate Stone wants to even continue this beating. As the crowd chants Nate. Big vertical suplex coming up here possibly. Might have an issue hooking him. But he gets Nate Stone over. Nate Stone in a bad way here. He might be seeing more stars than what are on his pants after this contest is over. Rob Rammer is comfortably in control of this contest. Literally knocked the man down with a chop. That is power, folks. Rammer goes for another cover. He's pulling him up. This is the type of tactic that loses you matches. I would expect this out of Nate Stone, just because he's a rookie. Rob Rammer's rubbing this into Nate Stone's face. I don't quite get it. I understand you're winning, Rob, but just go for the victory. The kid's learned his lesson. Just go for the pin, hook the leg, 1, 2, 3, we all go home. Come on. Like anything we've seen tonight yet, Nate Stone's really got to mount some sort of offense. So he's got to find it within him. Or else I could honestly see Jason Harding stopping the contest if this beating keeps up. Nate Stone blocks the suplex. This could be either the smartest or the dumbest move this kid has made all night. Big vertical suplex as the building explodes. This is Nate Stone's opportunity. He's got to get up. He's got to immediately get on Rammer if he can. He's got to hit him with something big. He's got to hit him with something now. Big clothesline. That's what I'm talking about. Stone moving around all that weight, knocking down the big man. He's got to stay on him. Going for another suplex. That was the mistake. He hesitated 1 second too long. Look at the strength of Rob Rammer getting Nate Stone's frame up. Death Valley Driver. Goes for the cover. Rob Rammer has pinned Nate Stone. Rammer has pinned Nate Stone, but as you can tell by the pinning combination that he used to finish the contest, it was barely. It took every ounce in his being to roll over and make that cover after the DVD. So all three were, but considering the fight they brought to their veteran opponents this evening, I say it's a win for all three of them. If they decide to learn from it, very impressive showings from the School of Rock students. Hopefully great things coming from them in the future. Speaking of in the future, coming up next, our main event of the evening, Trip Cassidy hopes to make his destiny a reality as he faces the King of Indiana, Billy Rock, his trainer. The main event coming up next.